So a recent report by Charania indicates that the Miami Heat and the Chicago Bulls may be coming up with a trade possibly before the deadline. The Miami Heat have another game tonight against the Orlando Magic. We got a lot to talk about, you guys. It's your boy Ernest here, back with another Miami Heat Talk video. Go ahead and smash the like button. Don't forget to subscribe. We on the road to 3,000 subscribers, you guys, and I really appreciate your guys' help to get there. Now, as I mentioned earlier, the Miami Heat do have another game tonight against the Orlando Magic. And I don't want to call it a bummer, but right now, you know, the Heat are sitting with a 26-24 record. You're 8th in the Eastern Conference. This game tonight against Orlando is basically for the 7th seed. But it's like I've said before. It's game by game, building block by building block. We got the Heat, the Spurs, then you got Boston, you got Milwaukee, and you got Philly before the All-Star break. I mean, I'm hoping the Heat can squeeze a 3-2 record. You know, we may catch fire, may win some games. But as we know, the trade deadline is coming in 2 days. So there's going to be a lot of rumors that are fluttering around. There's going to be a lot of stuff that's going on. So anything that's going on, I'm going to give you guys a heads up. Now, yesterday, it was reported by Charania on the TV show Run It Back that the Chicago Bulls may be looking to trade Demar Derozan. Now, why is that interesting when it comes to the Miami Heat? Well, Demar Derozan has been linked to the Miami Heat in the past. Demar Derozan has said openly that two teams he'd be willing to be traded to is the Miami Heat and the New York Knicks. Now, the Knicks already did their trade for OG Anunoby, so I don't think a trade is likely with them. However, the Miami Heat does pose a little bit of interest. They have shown interest in DeMar DeRozan in the past. Now, the Chicago Bulls are basically with their backs against the wall. They're 9th seed in the Eastern Conference. Even though they're looking to make a play-in run, they're 3 games down from the 8th seed. They know what they're going through there. So it's possible Chicago may just blow it up. So if they do that, you have a sweetie of a contract for DeMar DeRozan. Because he is making $28 million this season, but it's an expiring contract, which is going to open the financial books for the team that gets him next season. So Charania did mention that from DeMar DeRozan's camp, that they are very interested in and very open to a trade for the Miami Heat. So the Miami Heat are very limited on what they can do for a deal when it comes to DeMar DeRozan. It was reported yesterday on multiple news outlets and multiple reports that the Miami Heat do have interest in trading for DeMar DeRozan. Now, a trade like that would have to be centered around Tyler Herro. Now, I've been looking at some numbers, making some trades myself, and I found a trade that I thought would be very beneficial, not just for us, but for the Chicago Bulls as well. Now, first and foremost, I want to say this. I don't want to trade Tyler Herro. Trading Tyler Herro for DeMar DeRozan on our behalf doesn't seem like a smart deal. Tyler Herro's only 23 years old. He's an offensive juggernaut at times. If you're trading him, you're basically giving away a piece and a building block for your future. We've said it before. Jimmy Butler's 34 years old. We know where this team's going to be bread and buttered in the future. Bam Adebayo, Tyler Herro, and Jaime Jaquez Jr. So if you're trading Tyler Herro, you are basically saying that you don't believe in Tyler Herro as your future piece. However, if the Miami Heat make a trade with the Chicago Bulls, they're going all in for now. Why? It's because I've said before, Tyler Herro and Terry Rozier don't seem to be working as a starting backcourt tandem. Either one of them has to move to the bench, or one of them's got to go. So it's likely that you trade for Tyler Herro. Because I've said this before, you guys, and we've seen it before. The Miami Heat can be successful without Tyler Herro. We saw it last year in the playoffs. We also saw it this season when Tyler Herro was out for that 18-game stretch. The Heat pull up a tally of victories. We've also seen that when Tyler Herro's on the court with Jimmy Butler and Bam Adebayo this season, they have a huge losing record of 5-16. Since the 2022-2023 season, since Tyler Herro has been initiated in the starting lineup, the Heat have had a sub-500 record. But when Tyler Herro comes off the bench, they're way over 500. That right there tells you where Tyler Herro is best fitted in this team. He just doesn't want to come off the bench, and I understand. Tyler Herro's 23 years old. Right now, he's not thinking about just helping the team. He wants to be an all-star. He wants to be an all-NBA player. He says he wants to do stuff for the team, but his actions don't really show it. And I'm not knocking him. I understand that. And if you take Tyler Herro and send him to the Chicago Bulls, he's going to be able to do all that. He's going to be able to average 30 points a game, be a breakout offensive star, play the game that he wants to play. But with this Miami Heat roster, the way that Erik Spoelstra is running this team, it's about winning an NBA championship. So sometimes it's not best to make Tyler Herro your focal number one offensive point. We're seeing that. So if you make a trade for Demar Derozan, you're making a trade for a guy that, yes, is also 34 years old. You're bringing him on this team, but he knows team basketball. I think Demar Derozan would be willing to sacrifice more. And this would give an opportunity to guys like Duncan Robinson and Jaime Jaquez Jr. to shine. Because we've seen since Tyler Herro's been back, a lot of these guys that have broken out have had to take a step back. So if you trade for Demar Derozan, have Demar Derozan either be your starting power forward next to Jimmy Butler and Bam Adebayo, so that way you have a taller presence in the front court. These guys can switch off and guard multiple positions, so you have three guys that are basically power forwards and Bam Adebayo plays the center. It gives her a tallest front court lineup. You can easily move Duncan Robinson, Jaime Jaquez Jr., or Caleb Martin as the starting shooting guard next to Terry Rozier. Now, this allows Terry Rozier to play the way he wants to play, to be that guy, because we noticed that Tyler Herro and Terry Rozier have exactly the same game. So I feel that the trade would help the Miami Heat now. It would hinder us in the future, but it would help us now go all in for a championship. Now, DeMar DeRozan has an expiring contract next season. This also opens up flexibility for the Miami Heat. You're not going to be a second apron team. You're going to be able to have your mid-level exception, your biannual exception. This is going to open some flexibility contracts-wise for us as well. If we trade Tyler Herro, because remember, when we trade for Terry Rozier, the contract's not expiring like Kyle Lowry anymore. Now you're going to have to carry that for the next few years. So by trading Tyler Herro, this does give you financial flexibility as well. So here's the trade that I think would work for the Miami Heat. You take Tyler Herro, Thomas Bryant, send them to the Chicago Bulls. The Chicago Bulls sends us back DeMar DeRozan, Andre Drummond, and hopefully the Miami Heat can get a future first-round pick swap, because you're giving Chicago Tyler Herro. Tyler Herro is going to be able to be a building block for Chicago's future. He's got that swag that the Chicago kids are going to love. He's going to give them a lot of social presence. And he's going to be able to play his game. That's a huge asset for Chicago. So if Chicago can throw back a draft pick to the Miami Heat, that would be great. If they don't, I don't know if that would be a deal breaker. I would like a future first round draft pick, maybe a pick swap, because we are giving a huge asset to them. Thomas Bryant is also somebody they can plug in. Now, they probably won't give it to us because what we're getting back. You're getting DeMar DeRozan. DeMar DeRozan averaging 22 points a game, averaging 4 rebounds, 5 assists, 46% from the field, 33% from the three-point line. You're getting Andre Drummond, who's averaging almost 8 points a game, 8 rebounds, a steal a game, 0.6 block shots. He's not the blocker that he used to be, but he gives you the rebound presence that you need, and that's something the Miami Heat is clamoring for. You can have flexibility coming off the bench. Kevin Love, Andre Drummond. It gives you more bolstered in the size up front. I think, yes, trading Tyler Herro would suck. It would damage our future. And if we don't end up trading for Tyler Herro, I'll be happy, because Tyler Herro is a building block for the future and he can get better. However, if you're trading for DeMar DeRozan and getting an Andre Drummond, you are helping the 2024 Miami Heat team win an NBA championship this season. That's a trade for us going all in. So I want to hear what you guys, let me know what you think in the comments. Do you think that the Miami Heat should wound up making this trade? Do you think it's not a great idea? What do you think about letting Tyler Herro go by the deadline? Do you think Tyler Herro is a player that would benefit us making a trade? Or do you think someone like Duncan Robinson would be better? Let me know what you guys think in the comments. Don't forget to smash the like button. Don't forget to subscribe. Would really appreciate your guys' support. I'm praying for a Heat dub tonight against the Magic. We got this, y'all. Have faith, have positivity, and that is enough said. Let's go, Heat.